And go.
Hey, and welcome back, and thank you for listening to another week of Killer Cats Crew. This is Intoxicating. We have some interesting things to talk about this week. Covers of movies and songs and the positive and negative effects
Uh-oh.
they can have. So yeah, thank you again for coming back, and I present to you these lovely ladies.
Hello, it's KP here. I guess I can start, if
You
that's
can
okay.
start.
Okay.
This
My
bad
metal,
handoff on my part.
my metal news for this week is Banger TV is coming soon. If you know what Banger Films is, they created such great documentaries as Metal, A Headbanger's Journey, Iron Maiden, Flight 666, and Rush Beyond the Lighted Stage. They're launching an all-metal online channel called Banger TV. Sam Dunn also created rock icons for VH1 Classic, along with the show Metal Evolution, which broke down all the metal genres very, very well, even though it was on VH1. Yeah, that's my exciting news. And I'm excited for it to be on because Sam Dunn does a really good job interviewing all these bands, and when he broke down the genres, it was pretty great. And even though he didn't like some of the genres like grunge and uh, I can't think of the other ones because he loves Slayer and he loves Iron Maiden and stuff like that. So when he had to get to some of the newer metal, he was like, yeah, didn't really like that, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway and find out where they came from and how they got their sound and whatnot. So yeah, it should be interesting to have 24-hour metal TV. Even though it'll be online, it'd be nice if it was on TV, but it's not. So that's my news. Everyone look for
Well,
it coming soon.
first, when I heard that, I was thinking of bangers and mash, but that was probably just because it is really, really early here in Sweden, and I'm super hungry. But anyway, yeah, go check them out, and let's hope they come up with a new documentary soon. My metal news for this week is that the new Children of Bodom album, I Worship Chaos, is out, and they just went to do a small tour in China and moving to other other parts of Asia from there. So let's wish them luck. Their last album, Halo of Blood, was a killer one. I think it was a real good album compared to the some of the lesser albums they made just before. And I Worship Chaos is very good as well. In my other metal news this week, we've all probably seen, at least those of us who listen to metal and follow metal things on Facebook, we've seen this flyer circling around from Hellfest, or so it seems. There's a group of people who have set up a fake Hellfest site on Facebook and false events as well. Those of you who don't know what Hellfest is, well, it's the biggest metal festival in Europe, in Nantes, France. And they have a history of having a killer lineup every year. And I doubt this year it will not be a disappointment either, but this flyer is fake. So when you see it, be reminded that the Hellfest bands are not yet out, they have not been announced, and although it might be near the truth what this flyer holds in it, the information it holds, but just be aware that this flyer now circling is fake. Rage Against the Machine is not there. Metallica is not there. Uh, yeah, there's quite a many bands who we would love to see, but that are not true. Black Flag is not playing. Sorry, guys.
Why?
So
The question
Well,
is why.
yeah, the question is that I am hoping that they will see, well, they have seen the flyer, and my hope is that they're going to be taking a look into these bands, and I'm certain that they have already taken a look at all of the bands on the fake flyer anyway. But just so don't book your trips based on that flyer because you might get disappointed. You never get disappointed, but still, just don't believe it. It's very real looking. That's my metal warning for this week. So, Katie, what do
I'm
you have
glad
for
you
this
mentioned
week?
it. I'm glad you mentioned that because I just saw that like a couple hours ago, and I was like, "What is this?" All right. So I mentioned it in our shout outs really quickly last week, but depending on when this airs, it will be either next Saturday or today. That Malakath's debut full-length album Despondence will be available digitally and physically. So Friday, October 9th, actually, is the release date. I highly recommend everybody go check this out. The few teaser tracks that they released so far are just very well put together and have a very cold feeling to them. And I definitely, I highly suggest that people go check it out. Definitely, if you like any type of the depressive black metal at all, like just go and listen to this. It's absolutely amazing. Other than that, we have sad news, although most people in the area know already. Uh, Winter is Coming Fest ended up getting canceled last minute due to apparently a bunch of bands dropping off and low ticket sales, which is very depressing for all those involved who were putting it together. It was going to be huge, and shit happens. But luckily, there's a bunch of other shows coming up in the area, so hopefully everybody kind of sticks together and gets through the sadness of no winter's coming, which is kind of ironic because the first time they tried to do the second winter's coming, it also got canceled. So I think there's just something about the name is like cursed or something. I don't know. But other than that, luckily, Migla's coming through next month. The Watain and Mayhem tour is going to be starting up soon, so lots of interesting stuff happening in the next coming months. I know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the Watain show in New York. Kind of sad.
You have to.
You have to go.
Well, no, I know, and I've seen them a million times, but it's just a matter of
no excuses. It's Watain. You're gonna go. You're gonna get your ass up there, and you're gonna see it. There is no excuse. If Watain would be playing here, I'd be there every night.
Yep. Prostitute yourself.
I know.
Make money. Prostitute
we need
yourself.
to get one of them on this show at some point. I want to talk to Eric Danielson. That's my goal. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Pipe dreams.
No, but maybe we could try and ask one of them to come over here. What I would prefer is set, but that remains to be seen. It is highly possible.
That's true. But no, I do hope to be out there. There's a lot of people who are trying to get me to go out, including one of their roadie guests. So I'm just like, all right, like I will do what I can to get out there. I did see the first round of it when they were in Boston. But anyways, music, cover bands and such. I know you get Chrissy.
Yes.
You were all excited about doing rants.
Yes, this was actually, I was just going to turn out to be a rant, and it turned into our topic. And I had one particular person in mind, and I just, because I see it all the time, and it's just a person who his whole life he's been into two bands, that's it. He's been in two cover bands, and that's it. He's never written one original piece of music in his whole life, and that drives me up the frickin' wall. And it kills me because there's tons of cover bands, And I'm not saying that all cover bands are bad. We actually have a really good one here in Minneapolis, in the Minneapolis area, called Hairball. And they're like an 80s band, 80s type, and they rake in the money, and people flock to see these guys because they put on such a great show. And that's great, but most people flock to see all these cover bands, but then they don't bother to go see original music, and it kills me. And that was my rant. It's just drives me nuts. It's like, pay to see some original music once in a while. And I love when like my favorite bands do covers and can make it their own. I don't have a rant against that unless it's a really bad cover, but most of them aren't. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but yeah, that was my rant about the cover bands. Because I just had one particular guy in mind that I was thinking of, and that's all he's ever done his whole life. Granted, he loves those two bands, that's great, but write a frickin' song. You're that talented, you can play all that other stuff, should be able to write your own stuff. One song? Come on, write one song. Just one.
Yeah, that can be a problem, especially if the band itself is completely based on cover playing. In Scandinavia, we don't get a lot of that with metal. We get it, of course, with Schlager bands, that they go around and just play music made by others, and rarely then come up with a unique concept with self-made songs. But for me, the worst that covers can do is that one-hit wonders that become famous with covering somebody else and then are completely shit with the raw material, and for some reason sometimes they get credited for doing that cover and people completely forget that no, it was not theirs, no, that was completely something else. There are several examples of this. And I think that, of course, somebody can make a cover that's better than the original, but never forget the original. You should always respect it.
Right.
I think Ghost was very open when they did the cover EP, for example. They publicized that it was like, we are doing a Rocky Erickson cover, and that was like the press selling point for the song, that this is a Rocky Erickson cover. I think that was correctly done. Like, instead of going out saying that we made a killer ass song, they go out saying that we made this awesome tribute to this person and make that person the highlight of the press release. Right. That's a good way to go. That's how I like it. Mm-hmm. What about you, Katie?
Yeah, absolutely. I had to write down a couple of my favorite ones, and also I know when we were talking about this, I brought up Turbo Negro's "God Erection" song, and that's just one of my favorites to get covered by bands. Yeah, I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. And I think the first time I heard it was actually Behemoth's live version of it. And I'm sitting there, like, there's no way that Behemoth wrote this song. There's just there's no way. And I looked into it, and I found the Satyricon cover, I found the Garnale cover, and then I found the original one, and I was like, oh my god, this is great.
I was gonna say, I don't know, Nurgle's like the walking penis, so wouldn't surprise.
That man can do whatever he wants. And I will always respect him for it.
Sorry, had to interject that there.
Yeah. But
you had to what? You had to ejaculate that?
I had to ejaculate that in there. Yeah, sorry.
Early morning puns.
Anyway.
And, there's some bands that have done really well on doing like a different version of covers, like Apocalyptica, for example. You know, their first big break was doing all the Metallica covers, you know, with their cellos, obviously. And granted, I did enjoy some of their like original stuff, but anytime I listen to them, it's just for the Metallica stuff because they just do an amazing job. And when I did see them live, I was like, this is way better than seeing Metallica because it's cellos and they're playing my favorite songs, and I only paid $20 instead of like $100. This is great. Um, but you know, I worked with Jamie for a little while at a country bar, and you see the same people coming in every weekend to see a different band, but the bar actually paid each band to only play, you know, a certain 10 or 15 songs for the night that weren't theirs. You know, they were like Taylor Swift covers and like all of the big name modern day country bands, and they were getting paid like thousands of dollars to do this. And they all had like their own songs. Like, you know, one of the bands, 36 Red, was like they had a really cool like bluesy feel to them, and I actually enjoyed them, but they never got to play any of their own stuff. But why would they when they could get paid like $3,000 for playing stuff that they didn't even write? And you know, these people who went there, they'd pay, you know, the $40 cover charge to get into the bar, and like all the drink tickets that they got, and like all this stuff every weekend to see the same 5 to 10 songs. I'm just like, what? Mind blown.
Yeah, but
You know,
that's good for the musicians, of course.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I can kind of understand it if it is a local bar and they really want to please the locals and are not that imaginative. It is a cheaper way for them to give the audience what they want, because they can't afford Taylor Swift, they can't afford Metallica, they can't afford that kind of shit. So in a way, I understand it, and they respect the musician. But yeah, it is still. I still think that a band is more about making songs, original songs, and playing those. So it's a difficult situation.
Absolutely.
But from covers, we're going to move on to our next topic, which is a kind of cover thing as well. It's movie remakes. What we hate and what we love about them, and can it be done right? I think that's a questionable issue. I myself have plenty of examples I would like to rant about, but I'm gonna give the microphone over to Chrissy, so you can be the first to tell what's been bugging you with the remakes lately.
Well, actually, I looked into remakes that are coming down the pipe, that are in the works or that are being thought of to be remade, and every one I saw, I gave a big hell no. Hell no. I just wrote down a few of them. Akira, I mean, Japanese anime, they want to turn that into a live-action movie. No way. No way. Because it'll all be CGI.
What about Ghost in the Shell?
That would drive me insane if they did that too. Because it'll all be CGI. Well, they might as well leave it as a cartoon.
They already hired Scarlett Johansson to be Motoko Kusanagi.
So dumb. So dumb. No. That's my opinion. I don't like that. I don't like any of the DC comics. They all look like video games to me. I'm not a video game person, so I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm old. I'm an old lady. I just don't. That's not the type of. What am I trying to think of here? Whatever. I'll move on. Another Batman remake? Really? Do we need another Batman movie? No, we don't. Disney's Beauty and the Beast, they want to turn that into a live-action movie too? No. dumb. Ben-Hur. They want to redo Ben-Hur. I love the original Ben-Hur. How can you redo that? That's like a classic. Can't. They want to redo Big Trouble in Little China. That's a cult classic too. Can't change that. No. The Birds, the Blob, the Crow, the Entity. No, 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 no. Don't do it. There's a couple other ones too. Barbarella, they want to turn that into a TV series. No. Forget it. No. Write something original. Lay off the remakes. Write something original, which they can't because they're a bunch of knobs in Hollyweird. And, the other one that really drove me crazy was they want to redo heavy metal. No. Why would you redo heavy metal? I can't even imagine the music that they would put into heavy metal. And they would cut out that cocaine scene. I know they would. That would drive me insane. You know they wouldn't leave that in there because it's not PC anymore. So,
Yeah.
you know, they're not going to have the two guys running around the spaceship snorting coke. Forget it. In 2016, 2017, whenever it would come out. It's not going to happen. You can't redo that. Come on, forget it. Ah, I'm pissed off now, see? Don't remake movies, just write your own shit. Same with cover bands, write a fucking song.
Alleviate Chrissy's his awfulness there.
Write a goddamn song and make a goddamn movie. Urgh. Okay, I'll just drink now.
No, I love your rants. So, I was talking about this with one of my old roommates. Is like they all give me shit because I love horrible movies, and like as much as like all of the zombie remakes get shit on, like I love them because they're so bad. Like I have to watch bad movies. Like I see a movie like Titanic 2, and I'm like, I have to watch that because that's going to be really bad, which it was. Don't bother ever watching it. It was on Netflix for a while. It was like the worst. Everything you could possibly imagine. That's exactly what it was. It was just bad. I loved it. But let's see here. The Karate Kid remake, I was so upset because I was a Karate Kid at heart, and I watched this and I was just like, this was the worst movie ever. Don't. It was just so bad. But then on the other side of it, you know, you have like Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans. I thought they did an awesome job with. You have the Star Wars films that they're not really remakes, obviously, but they go on the storyline minus Episode 1. Oh,
You're not saying that you like episodes 1, 2, 3, are you? I'm coming nearer to the screen because I'm just asking you, what are you saying? Did you like episodes 1 to 3? What?
I can't breathe.
I'm giving you the hypnotic magnetic look. Answer me. No, seriously, just continue.
Hold on, okay. So I'm not like breathing snot. I grew up loving Star Wars, so when the new ones came out initially as a kid, I thought they were amazing. I will still sit there and watch all of them, but they hold nothing compared to the originals. And like I went to grab it, but they're like I have the original VHSs and everything. Like I'm really excited for the new ones to come out, but I'm absolutely horrified that they're gonna make it like really bad. And like I've seen some of the trailers when I went to the movies a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. But I really don't want them to mess it up, and I just feel like they're going to. So I'm scared. I don't want them to.
I actually agree with you. I mean, I have my hopes because of some remakes are good. I wouldn't actually call Star Trek the movie a remake, and I'm talking about the movies directed by J.J. Abrams, because they are sort of like in a parallel universe. So they had it's not a direct remake, but he did a really good job on those, like preserving the original feeling and creating a really lovable set of characters that you could relate to as old friends as well as new characters. So because J.J. Abrams is doing the new Star Wars movie, I do have my hopes up, but I just like you, I don't want to get my hopes too up too much because otherwise it might be a disappointment, and that's something I do not want. Force Awakens is coming out on my birthday, so that's when I'm gonna see it. And yeah, here's hoping for the best. I'm hoping it's not gonna be a disappointment, but I'm not that scared about that. But some remakes that are in the pipeline, I am scared about. And my number one scare is Halloween, as it's being taken up by the Blumhouse crew. And of course, I like Blumhouse. I like what they've done in the past, and I do like their attitude and how they do things, but they've usually focused on original things. And having them take up Halloween, that's a classic in itself, plus something that's already been remade quite well, in my opinion, by Rob Zombie, they're going to be remaking it again. I am really scared of what might be the outcome of that because I love Michael Myers as a character, and he was treated with respect in the Rob Zombie remakes. And if this is going to be something else, or if this is going to take away the mystique, I don't know. I just don't think it's a good thing. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think they should touch it again. I think they should leave it alone. Just like I don't think they should keep making Texas Chainsaw movies either. It's like you've hacked that one to death. Leave it alone. Because what's the new one coming out now? Leatherface. Leatherface is the new one coming out, I think. Or it just came out? I can't remember. You guys are more up on movies than I am, so.
Yeah, we try to be up to date, but after what happened with the latest Texas Chainsaw Massacre, my following on that franchise really, my interest is zero, so I haven't been paying attention. I'm guilty. So.
No, I'm definitely interested to see what they do with the Halloween remake, because I mean, no matter how much we don't want them to, they're going to do it. I'm with you. I hope that they don't, take away from what he is as a villain. But I'm definitely interested to see that, which reminded me that they're also apparently they're either remaking or making a new Predator.
No, not the love of my life.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep. I read an article. Well, I'll have to find the article and post it. They're doing Predator. They're doing another Prometheus, and they're doing another Alien. And Alien is supposed to be what was the last one? Was it 5? No. How many Alien movies are there?
I think that Neil Blomkamp, who is doing the next Alien movie, it actually started up as just his hobby project, or so they say. It can also be clever marketing, but it was clever in any case. It started with him having these sketches of Ripley in really cool Giga-type suits. And even though it has been said that there will never be another Alien movie, they then got interested in it. And then eventually it was announced that Neil Blomkamp is going to be directing the next Alien movie, and it is going to be including Sigourney Weaver, for example. And if I understood right, what's going to happen is that it's going to continue from Alien to
Right.
Aliens.
Yep.
And the third is then probably going to be seen as the dream Ripley has. And number 4 is going to be forgotten completely. And yeah, nobody knows where Alien versus Predator films stand in that, probably just as they are non-existent. But I'm looking forward to that one. I'm pretty sure that Neil Blomkamp, who, for example, made District 9
Mm-hmm.
in the past, that he's gonna make a good job with this one, because I love District 9. The ideas were wonderful, and seeing those sketches with that he did on the Alien franchise, those are fantastic. I really recommend everybody search out that.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that and the Prometheus and the Predator one as well. I guess they're all kind of scheduled to release close together, so that's going to be an interesting time for sure. I might just be living at the movie theater at that point.
Oh, I'm looking forward to my Predator meal at McDonald's. Hopefully, there's gonna be one with
Don't eat
maybe a
McDonald's.
wig. So, Burger King. We only have Burger King and McDonald's here. We don't have everything you guys have.
Don't eat that stuff. That's icky.
Shh.
Yeah, but you know, a hamburger once in a month, it doesn't kill you. It just makes you feel icky.
I don't know. I got that Halloween burger the other day and black.
Hey, you didn't like
was-
the black bun?
The Burger King released this like Halloween Whopper, so they dyed the buns black, and
Yeah, I had one in Japan. They had
yeah,
it was just on the menu, a black burger.
it was weird. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just kind of tasted stale and bleh. I don't know.
You know what they make the burger or the bun out of? It's dyed with A1 sauce.
Is that what it is?
What?
Yeah.
No, sure.
Yep. They were
I think
talking
it
about it
Have to
on the
explain
news.
something.
I think it in Japan it was colored with octopus ink, and it didn't taste that weird. It was just weird looking, and then the cheese, it was like specially made. So that was okay. But then again, there's a lot of difference between burger buns in different countries. So yours tastes like shit. I'm gonna say it again. Because I was so disappointed because I came to the Wonderland of burgers and then I took my first bite and I was like, Mommy, no. But I still love White Castle. So, end of that. We went a bit off track there to burgers. But
Now I want
yeah,
burgers.
I think that it's time to wrap this show up with our shout-outs for this week.
Yes.
And Chrissy, what do you have?
I have a band from Canada called Wounds. 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 And they have a new video out called Trailing Hades. And they just put an album out called Valley of Death. Sorry. You can find them at woundsbm.bandcamp.com /releases. And this Trailing Hades has a beautiful intro. They have strong vocals, and it's just melodic black metal, and it blew my mind when I heard it, and that hasn't happened in a while, so definitely check them out. Have to link them up, and yeah, I like them. It's Canada, man. Canada.
Canada, don't you know?
My shout out for this week is gonna go. It's my home shout out. It's Shining. Shining is continuing their tour in Europe, and all of those wondering when are they going to be touring the United States? Well, hopefully soon. We're working on it. But in any case, the next place the tour is gonna stop at is Belgium and Holland. So what happened in Sweden last week was that Shining finally played a few gigs in Sweden, and they did live up to their reputation of probably never being booked in Sweden again. Uh, Hopes are, though, that there will still be some who will like to book them in the future, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, yeah, they are going to be touring Holland and Netherlands starting on the 16th of October, and from there they're going to be moving to Germany and further along the cities of Europe. So go check them out, because those gigs they are really something. You never see two alike, so it's a good thing. On other shoutouts, Shining Legions has gotten new restocks on some of the more infamous items. First of all, the Halstead CD is back after a long period of being sold out, and the G-strings are back as well. So if you want to get your girl some Shining G-strings, now's the time, because they are back in stock. I always laugh at this, but yeah, they're very popular. So that's my shout out for this week. So www.shininglegions.com and shiningasylum.com. Go check them out. Katie, what's yours for this week?
All right, so my shout out, actually, and I thought of it while we were talking about Alien. It's not brand new, but we just picked it up. The video game Alien Isolation is so far really awesome, and I highly suggest people go pick that up. I know GameStop has it for pretty cheap right now. And bonus was that Dan Abnett actually wrote the script for that, and he's one of my favorite sci-fi writers, so that was pretty cool. So definitely go check that out. I'm pretty sure it's on Steam as well. Shout out to everybody who bought these. The You Can Do It patches. You should have them all in the mail soon. Hopefully I didn't, totally screw everybody's packages up, because there was a lot.
Just a small podcast shout out that what Katie just showed was the You Can Do It patch, which is available to support all the forthcoming really cool events she's working on. Highly recommended to buy, and you can go and check them out, how they look, for example, from the Killer Cats crew page.
Yeah! And we will be printing more of them too. These ones were just limited to, I don't even remember how much. There wasn't a lot of them, but we're going to be reprinting them because so many people wanted them, and I did not expect that to happen at all. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And
I think you're going to be having some other very rare items for sale as well, so we're going to be posting those on the Killer Cats crew page, so that we can get things rolling and working and get some financing going for a very cool event.
Yes, give us money.
Yes, we like money.
Cool stuff, give us money. But yeah, thank you as always for tuning in and listening to us, and for if we did end up having a live viewer, sweet. Come back next week. Who knows what we'll have to talk about. Happy October.
Yes.
Happy October!
I'm so excited. Maybe we can get some more ghost stories going.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely good luck to Shining on tour. Go see them. If you don't, you're dumb.
Yep. If you don't, you're
much.
dumb. They're fucking
Pretty
awesome.
much what I have to say about that.
Go get covered in
That's
blood.
all from us. Yeah, go get covered in blood and be prepared for anything.
Yep.
In any case, this is all from us for this week. Go visit killercatchcrew.com and go check out our Facebook page. Tell your friends we need more followers. And also, have a happy October. It is the favorite month of Michael Myers. He's been waiting for this to come. So this is Killer Cats Crew and NH Leviathan, aka Nello, signing out. Bye-bye. I'm
KP. Toodles. Thanks for listening and watching.
I'm intoxicated. Fuck you. Get drunk.
Fuck you! Love me. Bye-bye.